Jason, you're a college professor.
Yeah.
Talk me through what this means to kids on college campuses.
First and foremost, this is where helicopter parents come from, right? This is where grade inflation comes from, because this is also about the parents. I want to say that I got my kid into Georgetown. Doesn't matter if the kid doesn't want to go there. It doesn't matter if the kid wants to go to Rutgers or go someplace. The parents want this more than their kids do. And on top of that, they're willing to pay for their mediocre child to get into any institution that they can brag about. I will also...
Just hold on. This is the thing. That child isn't mediocre. But maybe he or she is not a great student. But the new measures that those parents are qualifying that you count or you don't, right there, well, I can't accept that my child is mediocre, so I must cheat.
Well, Stephanie, see, this is where the second issue comes in. I think this is a combination of class, access, and, of course, race. The presumption of merit that white students get, that students of color do not, is all over this particular story. My kids last night talking about, I teach at an HBCU, my own experience. I had people calling my high school to see if my transcript was correct. I had people calling high schools to see if I deserved to get into Chapel Hill. Every single African-American professional can tell you a story about how they were questioned, how they were scrutinized, how their schools were called in different levels. And that didn't happen to any of these kids because the assumption was you're white, you're rich, so it must somehow, some way be okay. And I do not believe under any circumstances that some of these students didn't know what their parents were doing. If you get into a school to play a sport that you don't play, you're getting different emails. You're getting different registration. This isn't the first time these parents have rigged.
You come to school a month early.
Exactly. So this isn't the first time these kids have had something rigged for them on the behalf of their parents. This starts at private elementary schools in New York and Chicago where kids get extra time because their parents can go doctor shopping and find someone to say that they have a learning disability. This is all combined. And I will say this about the consequences. This is important. You got teachers in Atlanta who are going to jail, right, for fixing tests. You've got Kelly Willens-Boar, a black woman who was sent to jail for 10 days because she used her dad's address so her kids could go to a better school. You have Camila Campbell, who was a high school student this year in Florida, who got brought in and has to get a lawyer to prove the fact that she improved her own grades by 400 points on the SATs. Every single one of these parents should be in jail, and they're not going to go because they're white and they're rich and they have access.